Hello and welcome to St John Oval for the All-Stars Clash, the second instalment here. A beautiful warm day here in Charlestown. Good crowd on hand. They're hoping for about 2,000. They're pretty close to that mark. Hello, I'm Paul Arundel here calling the match for you this afternoon. Hopefully Adam Bettridge will jump alongside me to give his expert analysis. You can see the big fella making his way over, so we'll get him alongside us shortly. Just got a bit of entertainment happening out in the middle of the field. Good stuff there. All part of the Indigenous Day All-Stars Clash. While we've got this moment, I can run through the team for you. Fullback is Matt Simon, Cody Robbins and Mark Walker on the wings. In the centres is Josh Charles, making his return to Newcastle Rugby League. His centre partner is Jamie Gilmire. The 5'8" is Scott Briggs, the halfback is Jade Porter. In the front row we've got Lincoln Smith and Isaac Briggs. The hooker is Andy Sumner. The second row is Randall Briggs and Simon Allen, and at lock forward and captain is Warren Chillings. On the bench they've got Jerome Haynes, Cody Charles, Jordan Mitchell, Aaron McGrady, Brad Russell, Ty Alchin and Adam Swadling. There has been a change to the Newcastle All-Stars. Paul Carter is a late scratching. We'll find out probably, hopefully a little bit later on from Adam Bettridge who his replacement is in the 6th jersey. We'll go through the side. Kyle Ether will start at fullback from the Collies Illawarra competition. Now will be with Macquarie Scorpions in 2018. Mayo Uta is on the wing with Kyle Kennedy. The centres are Time Down Nakau and Nathan Cantor. The halfback is Jake Kelly. The front rowers are Brendan Simpson and Shane Gray. Dummy half is Terence Siu. The second rowers are Ben Roos and Dylan Harton. The lock forward is Marvin Filippo. On the bench, you've got Sam Keenan, Brenton Horwood, Jared Smith, Royce Jeffrey, Jake Lawrence, Kurt Warden and Michael Steele. That's your lineup for the All-Stars for 2018 here at the Newcastle Rugby League. Team should be out on the paddock any moment now. As I said, a good crowd on hand. It's a very warm day. And they've turned up here in big numbers. So it'll be Newcastle Rugby League's first look at Kyle Ether. As I said, he played with Collies last year in the Illawarra competition. At fullback, scored a try in the grand final win over Dapto, 24-16. The Collies defeated Dapto on last year's grand final Illawarra. So it'll be good to see Kyle Ether run around. As I said, Josh Charles returning to Newcastle Rugby League after a stint with Group 20 with the Griffith Black and Whites. So we welcome him back to the fold as well. So it won't be long until the players come out onto the field. It's very good to see a good crowd here on hand for this match. You've got the marquees happening, got the barbecue happening in the corner. I tried a bacon and egg roll earlier today and I'll tell you what, it was quite good. So if you just tune into the coverage, want to get a bit of sunshine, well, you can come down to St John's Oval and catch the All-Stars Clash and tuck into some good food as well. Referees for today's fixture, it's Tom Taylor, and the touch judges are Greg Ryan and Greg Digby. Wish the man in pink all the best, and all the best of the players of the season ahead. Hopefully they get through today's match unscathed. And the crowd's been here, well, majority of the crowd, they've only turned up the last hour, but there's been a good crowd, solid crowd all day. It started with the under-19s fixture this morning, followed by the Ladies League tag. Then we just had the under-23s fixture. And now we're just about to crack into the big one. the All-Stars clash between the Indigenous All-Stars and the Newcastle Rugby League All-Stars. And out come the Indigenous side. Led out in the paddock by Warren Shillings, the captain. Very strong looking outfit, although one surprise admission. Mr. David Dryden couldn't be here with us today on the ground or in the commentary box. He's playing his cricket semi-final, so we wish the big fella all the best. It's a pretty good looking jersey they got on here. Indigenous All-Stars. Waiting for the Newcastle side to come out onto the paddock. And out they're coming now, taking their time. They must have forgot to come out. You see there, Captain Warren Shillings, Josh Charles next to him, Scotty Briggs. A bit more hair on his head this year, letting it grow in the off-season. And now come the All-Stars out onto the field. Led by Terence CEC with the Central Newcastle side this year, after stints with Curry last season, Maitland and Cessnock. Find himself in the blue and white of the Butcher Boys in 2018. Good rendition there of the Australian anthem. Not sure who sung it, but he did a good job. So we're about to get underway. The 2018 All-Stars clash here on Bar TV Sports. Big day of rugby league and Bar TV Sports. Earlier today we had the CRL Country Championships, the Andrew Johns Cup and the Laurie Daly Cup, 16s and 18s respectively. You can check those games out on the Bar TV Sports website or CRL website. And also down the Illawarra we've got the VB Challenge Cup happening. Collies v Corrimal, Berkeley v Dapto, West v the Blues and Helensburgh v Thirroul. So a big day of Bar TV Sports here. And of course here at St John's Field we have the All-Stars clash. So captains are out there in the middle there. Terence CEC and Warren Shillings just tossing which way they're going to run. And if you can work out what they're doing, you've got better eyes than I have. Looks like Indigenous All-Stars are going to kick off, and which means the Newcastle All-Stars will receive. So we're almost in readiness for the kick-off. With Matt Simons, who will get us underway. That's had a good crowd in. A few marquees about. Need plenty of protection from the sun today. It's quite warm out there. Been playing 20-minute quarters of this match. I think the players will need that. So, I think we're just waiting on a kicking tee. Some interesting haircuts that have developed over the summer. Andy Sumner's got the little ponytail. Randall Briggs has grown a bit. And still looking for a kicking tee. Anyone got a bucket of sand? Maybe a shoe. Used to use a shoe in under sevens. No, we're just going to do the old dig a hole in the ground and kick it off from there. So we're about to get underway, finally. Oh, false start. Well, what else can happen? And we're underway. Matt Simon gets us underway, goes down the corner. That's a great catch from Sam Keenan. Was named on the bench, but he's starting. He's going to go into dummy half here. And a knock-on from the start from Dylan Harton. Not the best start for the All-Stars. And the Indigenous side will go on the attack straight away. So we just got the word that I'm flying solo today. So if you have a pause, no, I haven't had a heart attack. I'm just having a break, just getting the air back into the lungs. Had a couple of late scratchings in the commentary box, but we'll soldier on here at Bar TV. Here's Josh Charles. Offload out the back to Briggs. It's gone out the back to nobody. Eventually that's picked up by Cody Robbins. I beg your pardon, that's Mark Walker. And there's the first penalty of the match, so we are just a minute into the game. The first mistake and the first penalty. So back on the way, they go with a quick tap. It's Lincoln Smith taking forward about 15 metres out from the All-Stars line. They go the right side through Scott Briggs. Draws a man, finds Warren Shillings. He's almost over, he is over. First try in the All-Stars fixture. Warren Shillings just ran onto a lovely ball from Scott Briggs. And Indigenous All-Stars lead 4 points to 0. Under 2 minutes of play. So we'll get the replay up here on the screen very shortly. And see, as I said, a lovely short ball from Briggs. Put Warren Shillings over. And that was all too easy. 4-0 to the Indigenous All-Stars. So, perfect start. Good crowd in. That's what they come to see. They come to see plenty of points. And they certainly delivered 2.5 minutes into the game. So, here I've got the same problem again, waiting for a kicking tee. So, Scott Briggs will just place this on the ground. It's probably something he did back in under 7s or 8s. Might have to send somebody out for a bucket of sand or something, but Scotty Briggs, he should kick this. He's about 15 in from touch on that far side. Strikes it nicely, and it's waved away. Sorry about that, Scott. I've just put the mocker on you. 4-0 Indigenous All-Stars over the Newcastle All-Stars here at St John Oval, although it is a rectangle. Broadcasting live from the Heron stand here at Charlestown's ground. I'm not sure if that's in tribute to Ian Heron, the Chook, former Knights, St George and Parramatta player back in the old ARL days. And it looks like we've got a problem with the ball now. Hold for another ball. And so a couple of false starts here early. We'll see how we go now. So, the Sky Blues get us underway. Goes straight down the throat of Andy Sumner. And it'll be Smith charging forward. Good hard run there, taking up to the 20-metre zone. That's what you want from your front rowers, to get over that 20-metre zone from the first hit up. They go again here through Randall Briggs. Just short of the 30-metre line. Sumner at dummy half, cut out past to Briggs. He finds Shillings out there on the edge. He links up with Josh Charles. Charles gets away from one, looking for the offload. Good hard run there from Josh Charles. Over halfway. Goes back to Briggs, to his brother. And Matt Simon's there to pick up the crumbs. So, Briggs again puts it on the toe. It's gone down. It's been cleaned up there. And that's still the last tackle. No hand in there, so no 6 to go for the Indigenous All-Stars. Goes back to Briggs. Puts it on the toe. It's not a bad kick. It's going down to Kyle Ether. He lets it bounce in front of him. No hand on it. Utsa's there to pick it up. May Utsa from the Western Suburbs Rosellas Club. And here's Dylan Harton taking it forward from the Lakes United Seagulls. First real set of 6 for the Newcastle All-Stars. Nathan Cantor. He's met by about 4 Indigenous players there, and I think they're all his teammates from the Macquarie Scorpions. Brendan Simpson now charges forward. Just short of halfway now. Slow play the ball. CUC went one way, decided to go to the left side. There's Kyle Ether. Throws it out the back. That's a lovely ball. He's got room to move out there, and he's eventually tripped and fallen to the ground. Could have been a late tackle, it was. And Scott Briggs gets up and says he's just getting to know Kyle Kennedy a bit closer. Tom Taylor had none of that and wore the second penalty of the match. So, first real attacking opportunity here for the Newcastle All-Stars. And we've got time off. It's very hot out there, so you can excuse the players for wanting a breather. Back underway. Good solid hit there. There's Brendan Horwood in that tackle. CUC goes to the short side, cuts it out. It's gone to ground, and it's been picked up there. Not sure what number that is out there. Could be Mark Walker. Here's Josh Charles. He's driven back and make sure they get a hold of him this time. So Sumner. Is that to Isaac Briggs? Up to the 30-metre zone. This is Randall Briggs. Sumner goes the short side again. He dummied to Shillings. He goes himself. Links back up with Randall Briggs, and he's just short of halfway. So it'll be Scotty Briggs chipping that downfield into open pastures. And Uto will be there to field it. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Send us a tweet for getting it wrong. Message us on Facebook. We'll do the best we can. Here's Ether. Plenty of talk out there from the players. Here's Harton. Takes it forward. It looks like he's in a bit of trouble there. You heard the groan here on the effects mic. This is bad news for Dylan Harton. He had a great season for Lakes last season. He's going to get up. That's good signs. And just take a little bit of a break. Take your time out there, son. Brad Russell's out there on the field for the Indigenous All-Stars in jersey 18. So too is Jordan Mitchell from the Curry Club. Plenty of interchanges today and plenty of fluids. Take forward, this is Shane Gray, new signing for Central Newcastle. 4th player with Filipino heritage to play NRL football, the one game of the Gold Coast Titans. Oh, great tackle. Warren Shillings, the skipper, leading by example, wraps up Jake Kelly there. So you see kicks, is inside the 40. If he gets the roll on, it's going to pull up. Now, oh, Matt Simon, that one went over his head. Oh, well, called a knock on. Bit harsh, but I'll have to defend here close to their try line. So 4-0, Indigenous All-Stars over the Newcastle All-Stars. 8 minutes gone in this match, 20-minute quarters. So a scrum will pack about 12 metres out. So they go to the right side. It's Keenan linking up with Cantor. Good tackle around the legs there by Goulmeyer, normally a fullback, playing in the centres today. Here's Simpson charging forward. Gets within 5 metres of the Indigenous line. See you. To Keenan. Out it goes to Kelly, and he's fumbled it. He's put it down. So a let off there for the Indigenous All-Stars. So for many of these boys, it'll be their first hit out before the season ahead. And so you can forgive them for being a bit rusty. Newcastle comp, it kicks off April 21, 22. Some big clashes coming your way. So scrum will pack down 10 metres out, and we're back underway. Simon takes that forward. So they go the short side. Two men in the tackle. Michael Steele's out there for the All-Stars, so too Jake Lawrence. So here's Shillings, charging it forward. Stalwart for the Western Suburbs, Rosellas. Oh, that's Jade Porter. Oh, and he spilled his lollies, Brad Russell. So another scrum will pack right on halfway. So it's not a bad jersey the Newcastle All-Stars have got. A bit of sky blue. And also the Indigenous All-Stars jerseys look pretty good too. Sure, if you want to purchase one of those jerseys, just go to Newcastle Rugby League. Bit of a collector's item. We're back on the way now with Uta taking that forward. Short side to Keenan. Runs to the line, decides to take the ball, and Porter's got him. And Russell over the top. Back on the way with Simpson. So you see running across inside pass to Gray. Flicks it out the back, and we've got a penalty. Looks like holding onto the marker there, and so it's a penalty to the Indigenous side. CC having a chat with Tom Taylor. But, not sure if Tom Taylor's too interested in having a chat at this stage. So Simon, he's just aimed that straight at us. It's missed the roof and gone into the car park. So here we go. Gilmour gets us underway. This is Russell. Some heavy contact there. And Cantor gives Russell a nice little forearm. There we go. Sumner's pass is knocked down. Do we get 6 to go? Uta's tapped it forward. He's picked it up. And no, we are going to have another scrum. So it was ruled that he was touched. So some spectators just letting the referee know that he may have missed that last indiscretion. It's one good thing about the crowds at the local rugby league, they're always there to help the referee out. Back underway. That's Mark Walker taking it forward. Here's Briggs. Randall Briggs, that is. And we've got a knock on. And now a penalty. Can we go the trifecta and get 10 in the bin? No, we're happy with that. So, Scott Briggs will aim to find touch on the far side of the ground towards the Newcastle All-Stars bench. We're back underway. Josh Charles. His brother Cody is also in the Indigenous side. Here's Isaac Briggs taking it forward. About 25 out from the All-Stars line. Sumner, dummies, finds Porter. Keenan's there to wrap him up. Bounced off, but he had support there. Shillings. Yeah, the number 19, Ty Alchin. Sumner goes to short side, run from dummy half, looking to link up. He's found Josh Charles, who gets around his man. Josh Charles is in on the corner. Well, showed a good clean pair of heels there to get around his opposite number. And Josh Charles is in for the second try of the match. It's the Indigenous All-Stars 8, Newcastle All-Stars 0. So, we'll just have a look at the replay. You see there, Josh Charles just getting around down the cow. And it was all too easy. So, Josh Charles is looking good with his return from the Newcastle Rugby League. And you see on screen there the Indigenous All-Stars getting the water into them. It's very hot out there. And Scott Briggs looks like he's going to take this conversion on the far side. Bit more difficult, this kick. He'll be right on the touchline. It's not a real strong breeze here at St John Oval. But if anything, it is helping Briggs, so he should get a little bit of assistance here with the wind. And good news is they do have a kicking tee now, so that's an extra benefit as well. So he strikes it nicely, but it's across the face. So the score remains 8-0. The Indigenous All-Stars over the Newcastle All-Stars. And we're in the final 5 minutes of this first quarter. 4 quarters being played. So I got the hot tip during the week that the Newcastle All-Stars would win this quite comfortably. And I won't give away who gave me that tip, but so far, so they're not very good. And we've had another full start here. All right. Michael Steele jumping the gun there. And back underway. So, Matt Simon again. Good solid take. Decides just to take the tackle. And he's lost the ball. So, we're seeing plenty of drop ball out there. May have been a couple of hands in that tackle, I'm not sure, but so another opportunity here for the Newcastle All-Stars. They've had a couple and have come up short. Back underway. This is down Nickel. He's also grown the locks a bit this. He's had the ball stolen from Andy Sumner. Maybe that ball popped out then. I don't think that was stolen. So, another let off for the Indigenous All-Stars. It's Isaac Briggs, rolled on his back. Sumner finds Randall Briggs. Trying to get that just short of the 40-metre zone. Here's Warren Shillings. Just short of halfway. It's making good metres here, the Indigenous side. Jade Porter, it's on the side of the boots, going close to the sideline, and will find touch about 8 metres out from the Newcastle All-Stars try line. So we'll have another scrum, and I say this is going to be the order of the day of finding the touch line, just trying to slow it down. It's very warm out there. So Sam Keenan will feed the scrum. And, well, Terence CUC almost left it behind. Mayo Uta picks it up. Here's Simpson again. Just short of the 20-metre zone. So they've got a lot of work to do, Newcastle All-Stars, to get out of their own territory. This looks like Harton. Simpson again, second hit up this set. Good little shot there from Shillings. Here's Keenan, leading point scorer in the Newcastle Rugby League next year. That's well taken there by Cody Robbins. Played a bit of fullback for Lakes United last year. Scored a couple of good tries. And Tom Taylor's not happy with something. He says take it back 5 centimetres and play it again. So we're back and away. Josh Charles. Met by 3 Newcastle All-Stars there. Eddie Sumner. This is Adam Swadling. His first hit up of the match, coming off the bench. Shillings out the back to Jay Porter. Porter holds the pass up. Matt Simons could have been tackled without the ball then. So referees decided to let it go. They go the short side. That pops out the back to Walker. I think that's hit TNC. You see you in the nose. And in the end, there was a couple of knock-ons there. And we'll just have a scrum. About the 15th scrum this quarter. So I'm not sure if we'll have time to pack this scrum. We're winding down to the final seconds of this quarter. No, we're not even going to have the scrum pack. So the boys are going to get some water into them. And we'll come back very shortly with the second quarter. It's the Indigenous All-Stars leading the Newcastle All-Stars 8 points to 0 here on Bar TV Sports. So, welcome back here to St John Oval. Quick little drinks break and we're going to pack the scrum. So Indigenous All-Stars leading 8 points to 0 over the Newcastle All-Stars. Very warm conditions out here. And yeah, the boys doing it tough. I hate to see what they're like about the 60th minute of play, but I'm sure they'll soldier on. Good hit out before the season proper. As Uta there, they got wrapped up. Lovely short ball there. This is Jack Kelly, halfback for Lakes United. So at the other short side again. Good run there from Brenton Horwood. Maitland Pickers, back rower. Go again with Kelly. Inside pass. I'm not sure who the lock forward is here. It's supposed to be Marvin Filippo. But obviously we've had another late scratching. Here we go again. Kelly. He finds Kurt Warden out there in jersey 19. So CC puts it on the toe, or was it on the knee? Wasn't quite sure, but his Indigenous player is wrapped up in the in goal, and we'll have a line goal dropout. You see the crowd there behind us in shot, trying to take advantage of those trees, a bit of shade. Very warm here. So now it looks like we're just looking for a ball. Matt Simon's found one. Hope it's the right Steeden. So we're back underway. We'll go down to Ether. Give this to the number 19. And I don't think that's Kurt Warden either. I'll just try and work out if that is Kurt Warden out there on the field. And it looks like the Newcastle All-Stars have sprung a few changes on us. Here's Keenan. Goes out the back with Ether. Links up with Cantor. Good tackle from Gilmire. Oh, he's not held. Referee Mr. Taylor says, yes, you were held. So go back to your mark. So back underway. Here's Keenan. This is Lawrence. 6 short from the Indigenous line. Keenan. Now the back to Kelly. Links up with the number 13. He pops it out to, well, where's this going? It's just gone straight into the hands of Cody Robbins, it looks like, out there. So another let off there for the Indigenous All-Stars. Now to make things worse for the Newcastle All-Stars, Indigenous All-Stars get a penalty. Nice little piggyback out of their territory. So as I said, there's a lot happening on Bar TV Sports today. We've got the Junior Country Rugby League Championships, the under 16s and under 18s, the Andrew Johns Cup, the Laurie Daly Cup. We've got the VB Challenge Cup happening down at the Illawarra. And of course this game here, the All-Stars clash here in Newcastle. So if you're watching this game live, make sure you head to Bar TV Sports and check out the other games. Some great football, some great rugby league. So Sumner. This is Ty Alchin. Just short of halfway. There's Cody Charles there. Scott Briggs out the back to Porter. Links up with Allen. Gets up to the 30. It's the last tackle. Quick play the ball. Porter went to go to the short side. Kick from Gilmire, centre field, and Brendan Simpson's back there to clean it up. I don't know if he was supposed to be there, but he's cleaned it up anyway. Here's Ether. Dash from dummy half. That looks like Kelly. Oh, nice little flop there from Scott Briggs. So Newcastle All-Stars down 8 points to 0. 2 unconverted tries. They've had a couple of chances, but have come up short, spilling the ball at crucial time. Well, Keenan's met heavily there by the 2 Briggs boys. There's Cody Charles in there to help out as well. So Kelly goes to the sky. It's going down to the wing of Robbins, and he takes it perfectly. Mark Walker, I beg your pardon, I've got the wingers mixed up a couple of times. Apologies to Mark. Here's Gilmire. Simon goes to the short side. This is Robbins. Simon Allen. Just short of halfway. Simon in dummy half. Josh Charles straight into Simpson. Probably not the best idea. He's eventually wrapped up on the 40-metre zone. Hard customer to get down. And Briggs will just stab this down into the corner. Ether's there to capture the ball. He'll run centre field. Gets away from Isaac Briggs. And some good metres there from Ether. Just short of the 20-metre zone. So here's Uta. I'm not sure who 19 is. We'll try and find that out at halftime, who that player is for you. There's Sam Keenan. Inside pass to Jake Lawrence. So what can Newcastle All-Stars do here? Here's Lawrence down the short side. Randall Briggs there to make the tackle. Here's Keenan. He'll go high to the sky again. Bit of a torpedo bomb this one. It's a hard one and it's been flapped out the back. Simon's there to clean it up. Not sure if he was offside there, but anyway, referee says play on. Dodging a bullet there, the Indigenous side. Here's Gilmore. Scamper from dummy half is Robbins. He's popped it out the back. It's been cleaned up. Looks like Sumner there who's got the ball in hand. So they'll go the right side. That's Briggs to Charles. Looking to link up with Walker. Walker's got space. And he's thrown the ball. No, he's into touch. Just in front of the Brian Cherry press box. Not sure who Brian Cherry is, but I'm sure he did a lot of good stuff back in the day. I've heard of Brian Ferry. Central Old Boys, HQ. The Old Boys are just all trying to get a bit of shade underneath that veranda. Maybe under the A+ area. Most of the crowd are on this side in the grandstand, in the shade, in the Heron grandstand. Yeah, not sure what the hold-up is here, but I'm sure the players won't mind just having another breather. So, different conditions to last year. Last year, it absolutely bucketed down. Some miserable conditions at number 2 Sports Ground for the inaugural All-Stars clash. And today, exactly the opposite. No chance of rain. It's over 30 degrees. So Royce Jeffrey out in the field for the All-Stars. Here's Keenan. Out the back it goes to Ether. Oh, he's met heavily there by Jade Porter. Porter just saying, welcome to the Newcastle Rugby League. Oh, that's a cutout pass. Digby was there to take it, the referee, the touch judge, but still doing his job, decided not to catch the ball and put the flag up. So we'll have another scrum. So now we've got time off. I'm pretty sure I heard Tom Taylor call time off there. The man in the box hasn't seen it, so the clock is still ticking down on the ground. Back time on now, so here's Gilmore. Wrapped up on the 30-metre zone. So the Briggs boys are doing plenty of work, Isaac, Randall and Scott. And as I give them a wrap, Isaac spilt the ball. Here's Keenan, does the dummy, links up with Lawrence. Lawrence gets away from the tackle. He's looking for Keenan. He's going to go himself, is he? Oh. He's a you-know-what's on the line. Here's Keenan again. The defence is up. The defence is up quickly, and Josh Charles just wrapped him up. See, goes from dummy half, shapes the kick. He'll go himself, and he strolls over for the first try for the Newcastle All-Stars. Terrence See, great try. Newcastle All-Stars are on the board. It's 8-4 with a kick to come. A couple of boys there on the left side. You could forgive them for napping. See, he's done that plenty of times in the Newcastle comp. We'll get the replay up for you now. As we see from the previous tackle, See just ran himself, got past two and a third tackle, and just plants it down. And the Butcher Boys supporters, they'll be hoping they see plenty of that from Terrence See this year. Veteran of the Newcastle Rugby League. Stints with the Knights, Cronulla and Manly. His first try here, might be his first try on St John's Oval too. So it's what they needed. Get back on the board, and Keenan, about 8 in from touch. And strike this, looks pretty good. Straight between the sticks. Sam Keenan kicks his first of the day, and it's now the Indigenous All-Stars 8, Newcastle All-Stars 6. So just under 10 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Matt Simon just taking his time. So referee Taylor says, let's get on with it. And straight down, throat of Uta. Up to the 20-metre zone, the Newcastle All-Stars. So Smith's out in the field in jersey 16 for the All-Stars. Jared Smith from the Maitland Club in at dummy half. It's Kelly at the back. Horwood pops back to his teammate in Smith. This is Royce Jeffrey down the sideline. He's got some clean pair of heels. He's wrapped up. Good tackle. I think he's gone into touch on that far side. Touchy has got his flag up, and so All-Stars make a break and they spill the ball. Now we've got another time off called by referee Taylor. It's hard enough out there for the guys as it is without holding time up for them. They'll want this quarter to finish as quick as possible, so they go in the sheds, have some oranges. Some oranges? I don't know what origins are. Decent sized umbrella on that far side too. So we're back underway. Here's Gilmire. Met heavily there. See you in the tackle. Oh, that pass has gone to nobody. Eventually picked up by Robbins. And the number 20, Michael Steele, there wraps him up. So Indigenous All-Stars carry this out of their own territory again. It's been a while since they've been down the other end of the field. Isaac Briggs there, wrapped up by a few of the boys on the Newcastle side. Plenty of teammates against each other. Plenty of Macquarie Scorpions on each side. Of course, Royce Jeffrey was a Macquarie Scorpion last season. He's joined Cessnock this season. Porter stabs that down in the corner, looking for touch. But the fullback is there to pick it up. That's the number 5, Kyle Kennedy. Gone back into the fullback position. Cole Ether must be having a bit of a breather, although I can see him out there. So the coach has made a few changes. Phil Williams, Curry legend. That's a good strong hit there from Shillings. And Shane Gray. Here's Jared Smith going for a scamper from dummy half, just short of halfway. Cantor at acting half. See you. Inside ball. Popped out the back to Cantor again. Shillings in there to help out for the tackle again. Getting through plenty of work in defence. Centre field with CU. Chip over the top, no one at home. The fullback has hit Tom Taylor. Well, it's the second opportunity an official has had to take the ball, and Tom Taylor spilled his lollies, as he would say. So we'll have a scrum. Time off. Terrence CU arguing the point, but I'm pretty sure if the ball hits the referee, it is a scrum. Still arguing the point. I've never known Tom Taylor to change his mind. So another big season of Bar TV Sports coming your way. Canberra Rugby League, Illawarra Rugby League. Group 7, South Coast. Also we've got the Newcastle Rugby. Black Diamond AFL, Northern New South Wales Premier League Soccer, all here on Bar TV Sports. Another action-packed year ahead. I'll do certainly plenty of Ks, the Bar TV staff. So we're back underway, and that pass has gone to nobody again. Well, they can be forgiven, these players. A lot of them, it's the first time that they play with each other, so combinations are not going to be there. Jared Smith at dummy half. This is Michael Steele. Up to the 20. I'll go left, and Jack Kelly will bring it right. Dancing around, and eventually he's just met heavily there. Simon Allen in the tackle, and so's Andy Sumner. CU playing at halfback now. Puts it on the toe for Nathan Cantor. He's got this. Great try. Great kick from Terrence CU. Nathan Cantor scores his first of the afternoon. And Newcastle All-Stars now lead 10 points to 8 with a kick to come. CU in a halfback. Nice little weighted kick. Cantor gets in behind the line, and it's try time. We'll have a look at this on the replay. As you can see, they're setting up for something, and CU on the toe. You had Jake Lawrence there as well, who probably could have scored. And Nathan Cantor got the chocolates. So it'll be Jack Kelly this time that'll have the shot at goal. Sam Keeney getting a breather. So this one a bit further in from touch, pretty similar angle. And see if Jack Kelly can put the Newcastle All-Stars further in front. Sets himself, taking his time, soaking up a bit more time. And that one has just gone out to the right. Didn't hook in. So the score remains 10 points to 8. Newcastle All-Stars over the Indigenous All-Stars. We're into the final 5 minutes of this second quarter. Matt Simon will get us back underway. He's gone for the short restart. He's going to regather it. Classy little play from Matt Simon. He could go all the way here. He's wrapped up 12 metres out from the line. Great thinking from Matt Simon. So, the All-Stars, the Indigenous All-Stars, 10 out from the Newcastle All-Stars line. Lincoln Smith wrapped up there. Briggs, out the back to Briggs. And here goes to number 14. He's going to score in the corner. Jerome Haynes scores. He hits straight back, and the Indigenous All-Stars regain the lead. It's their third try. Jerome Haynes from the Curry Bulldogs Club. And it's 12-10 with a kick to come. So it's just what the doctor ordered. We'll have a look at the replay when it comes up. You just see Sumner from dummy half, the Briggs boys combine, and Jerome Haynes chime in the back line and just dives over the corner. Very classy try for the Indigenous All-Stars. Right. They hadn't been down in Newcastle's territory for a while, and when they do, they post points. So the coach, Ron Griffiths, he'll be happy with that to see one of his Curry boys diving over for a try. Of course, Curry's coach is Ron Griffiths. All-Stars coach is Phil Williams, who was once upon a time the Curry Bulldogs coach. So Briggs, he had a shot from here previously, trying to convert the Josh Charles try. Strikes it well again, and this one is waved away again. So 0 from 3 for Scott Briggs. But his side, the Indigenous All-Stars, lead 12 points to 10. We may get time for about 2 more sets in this half, or this quarter, I should say. So it'll be Nathan Cantor to restart play. I think the boys didn't care who did the restart. Cantor put up his hand and said, yep, I'll have a go. See how papers just fly everywhere. The wind's picked up here underneath the grandstand. Oh, false start again. So I think the only perfect start was Matt Simon a minute ago, where he gathered off his own kick. So back underway now. And the try scorer, Jerome Haynes, will gather the ball. Give this away to Lincoln Smith. This is Gilmeyer. Getting through a bit of a work in the centres. Normally a fullback for the Seagulls at Lakes United is Sumner. He looks like he's gone into halfback. He's thrown that over Briggs' head. Simon Allen's there to clean it up. So the other short side, Briggs again, links up with Josh Charles. They've been dangerous down that side. All their points have come from that right-hand edge. Here's Briggs again. There's Isaac Briggs. Short ball to, well, that was actually Randall Briggs who did the short ball to Isaac. And Isaac spilt the ball. And we'll have another scrum into the final minute of this second quarter. So you see there on your screen there, Andy Sumner, a dummy half, packing in a hook, well, packing into the scrum. Normally a halfback for the Scorpions. It's Terrence CEC, runs from the scrum. He's wrapped up, 20 metres out. So Jared Smith from dummy half gives that to Uta. 10 metres out from the Indigenous All-Stars line. Here's CECU again, shapes and well. There it is, Michael Steele underneath the post. They've sort of forgotten about him there. They were too busy, had eyes for Terrence CECU. And Michael Steele strolls in underneath the posts for the Newcastle All-Stars' third try of the match. And that'll be 14-12 with a kick to come. And he should just throw it over from here, really, and be able to kick it with his thongs on. Here it is on the replay. Michael Steele just strolling over. So the boys were just getting a bit tired there in that final 5 minutes of that quarter. So that's why the floodgates ain't with a couple of tries. So it'll be Kyle Kennedy to have the shot at goal right in front. And say if he doesn't kick this, he will not be allowed to kick again for 2018. Straight over the black dot, and that is half-time. So the Newcastle All-Stars lead the Indigenous All-Stars 16 points to 12. We'll take a short break and be back with the second half. So welcome back here to the second half here on Bar TV Sports. 16-10. The Newcastle All-Stars lead the Indigenous All-Stars. 3 tries apiece in that first half. Correction is 16-12. 3 unconverted tries from the Indigenous side. So, just waiting for the Newcastle All-Stars to come out onto the field. Out they come now. And we've got a couple of corrections of the Newcastle All-Stars side. As I was aware that Marvin Filippo wasn't playing in the 13, but there was a 13 out there. It is Mitch Cullen. And also, jersey number 19 is Roman Fepelai. So, apologies there if I got them wrong. It wouldn't be Newcastle Rugby League without a few jersey changes, number changes. So, both teams are out in the paddock and we're just waiting for a ball. So, the ball boy's just ran out there with the ball. He may have to run back out shortly with the kicking tee. No. Kyle Leith's just going to get on with the game with kicking off the ground. He's probably thinking this never used to happen down at College last year. And here comes the kicking tee now. And so all the restarts we've had today, we've only had one perfect start. And Matt Simon almost got a try out of it. It's probably my favourite part of rugby league is the restart. You never know what can happen. And we're finally underway. Into the second half or the third quarter. Back underway, and it'll be Randall Briggs that'll take it forward. Isaac Briggs, I beg your pardon. Apologies to the Briggs family. So it'll be Lincoln Smith taking it forward. Just over the 20-metre line on the far side of the field. Out the back to Scott Briggs. This is Warren Shillings. He's met there by Terence Suyu. So they go the short side. Sumner, he's cleaned up. Good tackle around the legs by Suyu. Here we go again. Isaac Briggs. 4 blokes in there to wrap him up eventually. Sumner puts that on the left boot. Down in the corner. And time down the cow, he spilled it. I thought it went back. He's arguing that. But the referee will say, no, it went forward. So, we're back out, and it's the same story again, a couple of mistakes. As I said, the players can be forgiven. It is, most of them, that's their first trial, so can't be too critical. So the scrum will pack 15 out from the Newcastle All-Stars line. In shape for something out here on the right. Here's Josh Charles dancing, jigging around. He's met by CEC. He bounced off. He gets the offload to Simon. Simon tries to get around Kyle Kennedy, but in the end, the number 17, Royce Jeffrey, wraps him up. So here's Scott Briggs to Randall. This is Lincoln Smith. He's wrapped up, 10 out from the line, centre field. Here's Shillings, the captain. Short pass there away to Isaac Briggs, but he's wrapped up. So they play the ball. He doesn't look healthy. There's Shillings. So Sumner goes himself from dummy half. He's on the post. He's on the pads. Referee's there. He likes it. I think we've got our 4th try for the Indigenous side. Tom Taylor points to the spot. It's a try. Andy Sumner over. And it is now 16 all with the kick to come. 3 minutes into this third quarter. So just a little scamper from dummy half. And we'll get that up for you shortly. And here we go now, we see it again. Slow play the ball, so he had a lot of work to do. And he got over the top of Jared Smith, spun around, and used the uprights really well there to score there. So good try there from Andy Sumner, the Macquarie Scorpions halfback, with the number 9 on his back today. So Scott Briggs, he's got the kicking tee, but no football. Here comes the trainer now. So I'm not going to say he's going to get this or not, because I've put the mocker on him 3 times already. Makes no mistake, so the Indigenous All-Stars are back in the lead. It's 18 points to 16 here on Bar TV. Good crowd in here on hand. Plenty underneath the grandstand here. A few at the southern end of the ground, taking advantage of the trees, getting a bit of shade. A couple of spectators on the hill. Bit of cricket going on behind us, up the back of the hill. Charlestown v Stockton by the looks of it. It's back to the footy. So Ethan's got the ball on the tee, and we'll get back underway. Maybe on the far side, it's not a bad kick, plenty of height on it. Good take there by Sumner. And taking it forward, it looks like Russell out there, or is it Lincoln Smith? Here's Isaac Briggs. Over the 20. Simon Allen, back row for the Macquarie Scorpions, had a good season in 2017. Here's Scott Briggs again. That was touched in flight. It's picked up by Kennedy. And, well, he just runs straight in the back of Royce Jeffries. So I'm not sure if that's a tackle assist to Royce or not, but just ran straight in the back of the man in blue. Jared Smith at dummy half. He's timed down Nikau, taking it forward. Good metres. Very good run there from Nikau. Down Nikau. So that's Mitch Cullen in 13. Originally was named as Marvin Filippo. And Royce Jeffries, he could have been tackled without the ball there, but referee says no, he's just spilt the ball. So the Indigenous All-Stars will run this out of their own territory. Here's Shillings. He's met by Cullen and CUCU, former teammates. Mitch Cullen of the Curry Bulldogs. And CUCU will now play at Central Butcher Boys this year. Lovely pass out the back from Randall Briggs. Wrapped up there is Haynes. Briggs has stayed down after that tackle. I hope he's all right. Oh, another solid hit there on Jay Porter, but he bounced straight back up. It's a Sumner from dummy half. Out the back, Briggs just got off the turf and then just takes a tackle. So well done there from Randall Briggs. He looks all right too, which is good news. Here's Scotty Briggs putting it on the toe. Nice little chip. And it's gone in the touch. Matt Simons may have been checked in his run there. But in the end, it's just gone in the touch. And referee Tom Taylor will rule the scrum 20 metres out, almost centre field. So it's 18-16 to the Indigenous All-Stars. Looking like a similar result to last year's game, played at the number 2 sports ground in horrible conditions as that pass goes backwards, but Uto's goes back to pick it up. He's wrapped up there by Allen and Porter in there to help him. So they go the short side. Here's Harton. Now it's Kyle Kennedy. Smith. Simpson charges forward just short of the 40-metre line. Here's Fepalai. Originally Kurt Warden was named in jersey 19, but it's Roman Fepalai of the South Newcastle club. Quick play the ball. Keenan inside pass to Simpson. Probably the wrong man you want to run onto that ball. And he made some good metres. 25 out from the Indigenous line. Sloppy play the ball. It's play on. Oh, and CU's dropped it. Not to forgive him, he probably thought it was a knock-on there in the play the ball. He wasn't ready. He's just spilled it. So be a handover, or will we have a scrum, Pete? No, it looks like it's just going to be a handover. And Shillings will play the ball. So Sumner taking it forward like a forward does. Well, and Gilmore spilt the ball now. So another chance for the Newcastle All-Stars. Ute trying to get out of the tackle. 3 men in the end. Just wrap him up. Jared Smith at dummy half. Mitch Cullen, short pass to Brendan Simpson. Simpson takes it forward. He's 15 out from the try line. They've got numbers to the left. They go that side through CU. Shapes out the back to Etho. Dance around. Lovely pass to... That's Royce Jeffrey. Royce Jeffrey's over. So another try to the Newcastle All-Stars. And they're back in front. It's now 20-16 with the kick to come. Lovely movement there for the back line for the Newcastle All-Stars. And I have to say, it's probably the first time that all the passes have gone to hand. And we'll have a look at it on the replay very shortly. You see CU just standing there at first receiver again. Ether out the back, links up well. Just danced around his opponent. And Royce Jeffrey still had plenty of work to do to get over the stripe. And he did a good job. Cessnock going as we hoping to see more of that from Royce Jeffrey in 2018. So it'll be Sam Keenan with the kicking duties again. Royce Jeffrey there was just on your screen. So Keenan. Nice strike. It's coming around the wind. That's a beautiful kick. Absolutely brilliant from Sam Keenan. And Newcastle All-Stars now lead 22 points to 18 midway through this third quarter. Great kick into the wind. Great camera work too by the boys at Bar TV. Nils and Quinton on the cameras today. Jeez, that was a mouthful. So it'll be Matt Simon, I beg your pardon, to get us back underway. And it goes downfield, straight down the throat of Mitch Cullen. Gives the pass to Brendan Simpson. Good solid hit there from Scott Briggs. And Randall Briggs in that tackle as well. And go to the short side. It's Ben Roos out in the field there for the Newcastle All-Stars. He's Roman Fepelai. So, looks like there's a bit more sting in the defence of the Indigenous All-Stars, and they get a knock-on from Fepelai and a perfect opportunity to score some more points. So a good solid hit there. And the ball just popped out. Oh, it didn't pop out, it was just a sloppy play the ball really. So we're back underway. Here's Porter, out the back to Haynes. Got a try in the first half, finished off well. So it's Brad Russell back out in the field in the jersey 18. Making some good metres there too. 10 metres out from the line. They go to the left side. Sumner tries to step around the front. Oh, he almost got past Gray. The defence was there to help him out. Good run from Sumner. So Briggs had to go backwards to take that. Here's Haynes with the ball. Cuts it out to Josh Charles. He'll try to dance around Royce Jeffrey. Ben Roos bounced off Josh Charles. Eventually he wraps him up. Both have got a bit of a smile on their face. And now a bit of push and shoves happening there between Charles and Roos. Roos is saying welcome back to Newcastle Rugby League, and Josh Charles is just saying thanks very much. Great to be here. Nothing really in that at all. Boys just touching, they're still going. Just finding out where they're going to catch up afterwards, what club they're going to, what pub maybe. And the two men that were involved in the scuffle, Josh Charles, he's closest of the camera, number 3 jersey. Ben Roos has gone out the back. Referee Tom Taylor will just cool things down here. So Terence CEC will pack the scrum, will feed the ball into the scrum. And we're back underway. It's down to Cow. Ooh, bit of a high shot there from Russell, but it was okay. It's bounced off. Looked like a mouth guard or something went flying there on the ground. Jared Smith screaming to play the ball. And then we've got a penalty. I think both teams just trying to slow it down a bit, and they're giving away penalties here as Sam Keenan just kicks that straight towards us. And the ball hit the roof and a whole heap of rust just fell on me. So hopefully the council can get that sorted. And that's a massive hit, great hit for in the tackle. And you know who Josh Charles is in there as well. Straight on Ben Roos. Brendan Simpson takes it forward. He's met hard by Warren Shillings. Here's Mitch Cullen. Oh, slow play the ball, eventually gets up. Here's Keenan. Fepalai. Another 3-man tackle. They're driving Fepalai back. Good stuff from the Indigenous All-Stars. So here we go again. This is Steele. Up to halfway. See you. Put this on the toe. It goes high. Is it going to find touch? It's very close. Oh, it's bounced and it's gone back infield. Matt Syme was lucky to turn around and pick it up. Gets away from Jeffrey. Tries to get through the gap, but a good tackle around the legs from Ben Roos. Scamper from dummy half is Robbins. Collared on the 40-metre line. This is Jerome Haynes going for a run as well. Gets up to halfway. So at 16 is Jordan Mitchell from the Curry Club. It's Ty Alchin out on the field. So a few interchanges have come now. It's very warm out there, so the boys getting a rest. Porter puts that on the toe. It's fielded well by Keenan. And I reckon they would have practiced that at training at West Rosellas last year, and Keenan was awake to it. Jared Smith, bit of a scamper from dummy half. You're hoping to make the hooking position his own this year in 2018 with Jake Hawkins moving up to Port Macquarie. Big shout out to Jake. Here's Uweta. Ether at dummy half. Goes back to Keenan. Inside pass to Jake Lawrence. Running across field. Gets away from Mitchell. Straightens up. He's collared by Randall Briggs. He flicks it out the back. Josh Charles is there to pick it up. And a good covering tackle around the legs by Brenton Horwood. This is Walker. It's Jordan Mitchell again going for a run. Alchin just getting over halfway. 3 men in the tackle for the Newcastle All-Stars. And they've got their hands tangled up in each other. Eventually gets up and plays the ball. Here's Russell. Good hard run, getting over the 40-metre zone. Last tackle. Briggs puts it up high. It's a bit of a tester for Ethar, and he's there. He's got it. It's built out the back, but luckily Kyle Kennedy was there to pick up the crumbs. Gets to the 20-metre zone. Here's Kyle Ethar again. His former club, they're playing in the VB Challenge down in Wollongong today against Corrimal. There's Collies, reigning premiers of the Illawarra competition. You'll see all the Illawarra Rugby League on Bar TV Sports in 2018. You won't miss a thing. So, Newcastle just taking this out of their zone. Put on the toe by Kelly, down in the corner. Walker's on to pick that up. Tries to run around Kelly. And he's eventually clipped down by Kelly, and Jared Smith was there to help him out. Mitchell. Briggs at dummy half. This is Cody Charles. Played with the Griffith Black and Whites last year in Group 20. He's come up with Josh Charles up the road. And the blue and gold of Lakes United in 2018. So Porter again runs to the line. Not sure who that was out on that far side. A bit hard to see. They go the short side again. And the ball's gone in the touch. So we've got about just under a minute of play left in this third quarter. So I reckon the guys will not want to pack this scrum. Looks like Andy Sumner stayed down after that hit. Can't quite see. There's a few bodies in the way. Hopefully he's all right. He's an important part of the Macquarie Scorpions. Had a great grand final. So, just counting down to the final seconds now. And that should be three-quarter time. And just hear the hooter. Tom Taylor says, yep, that'll do us. And with 3 quarters down, and the Newcastle All-Stars lead the Indigenous All-Stars 22 points to 18. Have a quick break, and we'll be back with the final quarter here on Bar TV Sports. So about to get underway with the fourth quarter here. Newcastle All-Stars leading the Indigenous All-Stars 22 points to 18 here at St John Oval here in Charlestown. Cracker of a day for rugby league, maybe not for the players out in the field. It might be a bit warm for them. So we'll restart this on the 30-metre line after there was a knock on the previous set, so they just restart from that area. So just waiting for referee Taylor to get us back underway. Calls time on now, we're back underway. This is Lawrence. So just short of halfway there. It was Horwood who took that forward. You got the left side now with Steele. And he's just on halfway. So Smith goes himself, gets over the 40-metre line. Tried to link up with Ether. Unfortunately, it was just a couple of bodies in the road of Ether running through it. So they're back on with Kelly. Cut out pass to Jeffrey. It's gone behind him. That's picked up by Kennedy. Tries to get away from the tackle of Briggs. He's eventually wrapped up there by Smith. That's Charles, beg your pardon. On the toe it goes from Kelly. Straight back to the fullback. So Robbins now playing in the fullback position. So this will be Mitchell again, taking it out of his own zone. So Josh Charles has just copped one in the how you goings. He's limping there as well. So I hope the big fella's all right. We'll walk that out. Back with the action though. That's Cody Charles taking it forward. Porter going to acting half. Brad Russell charging up to the 40-metre line. Last tackle. So it goes back to Briggs, who puts this high. It's a midfield bomb. The winger and the fullback coming for it. They let it bounce. It's going to be picked up by Matt Simon. He's got support. He's not going to need it. Matt Simon's just going to dive in underneath the sticks. And the Indigenous All-Stars wrap it up. It's 22 all with a kick to come. Perfect bomb from Scott Briggs. And the fullback and the winger just letting it bounce. And Simon's there to pick up the crumbs and score a great try. That wind is swirling a bit, so probably the backs could be forgiven. Here it is on the replay again. Have a look at this. It's a high bomb. And it took an age to come down and, well, almost landed in the hands there of Isaac Briggs. But great try from Matt Simon. Great pace to run around the fullback and score underneath the post. So looks like Jamie Gilmore is going to have a shot at goal. Not usually the kicker at Lakes United. He did have a few kickers last year. Now the Lakes coach is in the crowd, so he's probably just saying, hey, Todd, I can have a shot. It is in front. So if you need a specialist goal kicker in front, Jamie Gilmore could be your man. Straight over the post, and the Indigenous All-Stars now lead 24 points to 22. Still about 16, 17 minutes to go in this game. So, plenty more tries to come, I'd say. So, Cancel will get us underway again. Back underway, goes centre field. And this is Swadling taking it forward. And Roos in that tackle with Jared Smith. Good contact there, he's Ty Ouchin. So Porter at dummy half, Swadling went for a run, left it behind, and Jared Smith is there to pick it up. He's getting up slow to play the ball. On his haunches there. So he's back up on his feet. That's good signs. Goes to Keenan. Out the back to Ether. Links up with Cantor. The ball's gone to down Newcastle. Tries to get around his wingman but can't. He's eventually wrapped up, and there's a couple more Indigenous players there to help out. Quick play, the ball goes to Keenan. This is Lawrence. And now he's spilt the ball and it's gone straight into the hands of Jade Porter. And Porter will just take the tackle. Well, slow play the ball now. This is Walker. Good shot in the ribs there by Smith. Here's Charles. No sign of Josh Charles. He's gone off the paddock after that injury, so we hope he's all right. We'll keep you monitored, let you know what's happening there. Porter at dummy half. This is Scott Briggs. Puts it on the toe. Down on the corner. I think it's a very good kick. About 30 centimetres in from touch. Scott Briggs just punches it down. I'm not sure if that was a 40-20. Well, they're high-fiving each other. It is a 40-20. Wow. Very good kick. So the wind has turned around here. Now blowing from left to screen across to the right. And we've got another timeout. Looks like Swaddling's going to the blood bin. No, not sure what referee Tom Taylor was ruling there. So, massive opportunity here for the Indigenous All-Stars. They're up by 2. Another converted try would be nice here. So, CUC is just trying to slow things down here. He won't get back in the line. Eventually, Tom Taylor's calling them back, and we'll get underway now. So Porter will take the tap. Here's Ouchin, runs straight at CUCU, and the ball's popped out again. Lawrence picks it up. We've got it looks like we've got a double knock on here. So, with the Indigenous All-Stars to get the feed. Surprised with that. Thought that would have gone the other way. And time off again. So the ball gets kicked away. And we're just waiting for the boys to pack the scrum. You can see that crowd shot in the background. Good crowd in. Here's Briggs back underway. 1-on-1 with Roos. Roos takes him, but he's thrown it out the back. And it's been picked up by Porter. It's playing. He puts it on the toe. It's gone into the in goal. And Ether's back there to just kick it over the dead ball line. But looks like we're going back to the 20-metre zone. Looks like it went dead before Ether kicked it out. So quick thinking by Porter to put that on the toe. The Newcastle All-Stars had to go back scampering into the in goal. It will be a line dropout. And we've got time off again. It's getting a bit windy here. You can hear that coming through the effects. It's not super windy. It's probably a blessing for the players out there on the field, if they're getting a bit of breeze out there at all. We certainly are here in the grandstand. Restart. Goes down to Robbins. And then he offloads that to Swaddling. Eventually the referee calls held. And they're still hanging on to each other. Plays the ball. Here's Shillings. Just inside the 20-metre zone. What can they do here? They go the right side. Here's Briggs. Inside ball to Randall Briggs. Met head on there by Ether. He did well to hang on to him. I thought he was going to get through. Slow play the ball. Porter at dummy half. It's Isaac Briggs. Short ball to Swaddling. I don't think Swaddling was expecting that. So they go the left side again. Short ball. That's Isaac Briggs. He's rolled. He's about 2 metres short. So another slow play the ball here. I think if this is Newcastle Rugby League, it would be a penalty. Play on. Nice dummy from Sumner, but the defence was there again to meet him. So what can we do here? Well, scamper from dummy half, and now we've got a penalty. So another sloppy infringement around the ruck. Probably could have come to earlier, but Eventually, the patience wore thin with referee Taylor. And so we're underway again. 5 out. That looks like Alchin wrapped up there. So it goes out to Scott Briggs. Linking up out the back of Simon. He could get away here. Robbins has got it. He can't get the ball away. He could almost roll over. He has. It's a try. Well, he was looking for the offload, and then he just realised I could just put this down. And Cody Robbins has got a try for the Indigenous All-Stars. And they're now 6 points ahead. We've done 12 minutes to go. It is now 28-22 of a kick to come. It's an important kick. Here it is again on the replay. Briggs just draws the man. Simons does likewise. Good tackle, but just couldn't wrap him up. And Cody Robbins, a bigger partner, puts the ball down for a good try. So there's the man on screen that scored the try. He's had a good game, Cody Robbins. And an important kick now to possibly go 8 points in front. Matt Simon's going to take the kick. See the trees in the background moving around a bit. So it is a strong breeze out there. I've seen kicks in the past, they've all gone to the right. So if he'd watched the other kickers, let's hope he's done his homework. And he's made the same mistake. It's gone to the right again with a win. So it remains 28-22. So Newcastle All-Stars are still a chance. We may have a field goal-a-thon here towards the end. That's if Newcastle score a try, that is, of course. And some of the kids have got a bit sick and tired of the footy. They've gone over the back to start their own game on field too. There's about 50 over there playing. Ether gets us underway. Let's see that game of footy going on in the background. Good take by Scott Briggs. Here's Isaac. About 5 metres out from his own try line. And Isaac, he's getting up a bit ginger there. He's swaddling. Just on the 10-metre zone. So just about to creep into the final 10 minutes of play. Here's Simon Allen, Macquarie Scorpions back rower. Sumner back in at dummy half. That was Shillings out the back to Scott Briggs. He calls Randall Briggs inside. Almost gets through. Maybe if he had a bit fresher legs, he would have got through that gap. Here's Sumner. Just chips that down into vacant pastures. Ether's got to run back and collect it. Picks it up almost on his own try line. Good chase from Andy Sumner's there. Also helped out was Gilmore. So here's Uta. Keenan in at dummy half now. Here's Fepalai. Yeah, that's his first hit up of this quarter. Said it's unlimited interchange today, so all the guys getting plenty of rest. Beg your pardon, that's Fepalai with the ball now. It was Shane Gray who took the last hit up. So you see inside pass from Keenan. Linking up with Ether. He's got through the gap. He's got one to beat. He's got Jeffries inside, but the referee has called it back for a forward pass. So another chance gone being for the Newcastle All-Stars there. Just can't get that last pass together. Well, they did on that occasion, but it went forward. Here it is again on the replay. That one looked all right. I think it was the one back a bit, but never mind. The referee's called it. Must have been forward. Fish and chip paper now. That's if anyone reads papers anymore. So another slow scrum. Boys sucking in plenty of water. I think the best spot to be is underneath that A+ tent over the far side. It looks a bit windy over there. Looks like they're all hanging on to it. Hope it doesn't blow away. So we're back underway. This is Gilmire. Oh, strong contact there by Mitch Cullen. Bounced off it. Fapalai was in the tackle as well. Here's Briggs. Takes it up to the 30. So this could be field goal territory now. Chance to get 7 in front. I'll just take it up the middle. Here's Swadling and the ball's popped out. Cullen's picked it up quickly. It's gone to Roos. Now Roos has popped the ball out and we'll play the first scrum. So no advantage there. It'll be a Newcastle All-Star feed. There's another player down in the background. Can't see who that is. Looks like it's the number 20, Adam Swadling. He's had a fair few injuries in his career. Hopefully this is nothing serious for the big fella. Hopefully it's just a burner. So the scrum will pack. About 25 out from the Newcastle All-Stars line. And it's good to see there's just under 8 minutes of play left in this game, and there's still a strong crowd on hand. They're not going home early. They're sticking around. So Kelly's got the ball in his hand, so he'll feed the scrum when they decide to pack. Tom Taylor's just doing a head count, making sure that the Indigenous side does have 13 on the field. Maybe they're 12. So Cody Robbins has just ran from the field, but Mark Walker's come on. So I think they did have 14 on the field there, so that's good spotting from Taylor. And they're just trying to work out their scrum formation. Mitchell's going to pack into lock. It's just a bit of an exchange away here. Ty Outson was running away. Now he's going back into the scrum, and Isaac Briggs is going to come from the field. So we're back underway. Here's Uta taking it forward. And he's wrapped up by Shillings and Outchin in the tackle. Out the back to Keenan. Lawrence tries to get away from the tackle of Porter, but Porter's wrapped him up. The crowd on that far side enjoyed that. Here's Gray, he's just been picked up and smashed. Warren Shillings in that tackle. Here's Uta, his second hit up of this set. So Keenan decides to run, finds a bit of space, but Briggs is there to wrap him up. See you. At the back to Kelly. Ether had to juggle that. Good tackle around the legs. Popped it out to Jeffrey. He's trying to get away from Haynes, and he's eventually put down on the turf right on halfway. Here's Kelly. Little chip over the top. And it's going to be covered there by Haynes. He gets there easily. So, Indigenous All-Stars, they just need to hang on here. In front by 6 points. 28-22. They'll probably just slow this down if they can at every chance. Here's Walker. There's Roos in the tackle. Also Mitch Cullen underneath. So Simon runs from dummy half, links up with Haynes. Haynes steps back inside, goes backwards, and is eventually wrapped up on the 40-metre line. It's Randall Briggs. Dummies to Outchin, gets away from the tackle. He's got space in front of him. He's got numbers to his right. He's trying to link up with him. Eventually he finds Gilmire, and Gilmire's wrapped up on the 20-metre zone. Well, Briggs was running in and out, just trying to find support. He eventually found it, but they're going to the left side now. Simon Allen, that's a good take. It was a long pass. Links up in the corner. That's a good try in the corner. I think it was Mark Walker on that far side. That should wrap it up for the Indigenous All-Stars. Try in the corner. 32 points to 22 with a kick to come. 5 minutes to go. A lead of 10. They've got it in the bag. And we'll get the replay up on the screen now. It just quickly shifted it to the left. Good take by Allen. Linking up well there. And a good try in the corner by Cody Robbins, I think it is. Very hard to see in that corner. Not very elevated here at St John Field. Probably could stand on the back of my car and get a higher view. So, less than 5 minutes to go on the clock. 32-22. This kick's not really that important, but Matt Simon will have a crack anyway. So the wing is basically going across the screen, left to right. So you'll have the win behind him on this one. So nice red boots there, Matt Simon. All the boys, they got the colour boots on. Simon, he strikes it all right. And the touchies love it. And it's 34 points to 22. Matt Simon, he does a little jig after that one. He knows his boys are home. 34-22. The Indigenous All-Stars over the Newcastle All-Stars here at St John Oval. As I said, it's been a massive day on Bar TV Sports. Over 10 games of rugby league. Junior Country Championships. VB Illawarra Rugby League Challenge Cup. And of course the All-Stars fixture here on your screen. Don't forget, if you want to check out any of the games, go to bartvsports.com.au. It's a short restart, but it's going to be taken by Scotty Briggs. And just a reminder, if you want to get involved with Bar TV Sports, just drop us an email, go to the website, drop us a message on Facebook. And love to have you involved with grassroots football. That's what it's all about. Here's Simon Allen. Good hard run. Charging at the defence like it's still the second minute of play. Sumner goes centre field. Ooh, Mitch Cullen's come off gingerly in that tackle. And he's down on the ground. He's moving, which is good. And he just fell very awkwardly in that tackle. And as the trainer just rolls him onto his side. So first signs are good. He was moving around there. So hopefully he's not in too much trouble here. You see it here on the replay. And it might have been just a clash of heads. Fortunately, just got his head in the wrong position. It's always hard when the play with the ball changes quickly. Hear that wind again picking up. It's getting very strong here underneath the grandstand, underneath the heron stand, the Chook heron stand. So we've stopped play with 3 minutes to go. Mitch Cullen's the injured player on the field. The trainers are just attending to him. And Ron Griffiths, the coach of the Indigenous All-Stars, also the Kurri Kurri Bulldogs coach. He's come out to check on his player. He's an important part of the Kurri Kurri Bulldogs team this year. So Ronald Griffiths, the coach, he's just come out from his dugout. Knows the game's all over, and the main concern is his player on the field. So it looks like we've called time 3 minutes early. You can see the players are shaking hands. So that is full time. We've called it 3 minutes early, and the Indigenous All-Stars 34 have defeated the Newcastle All-Stars 22. It's been a very entertaining game here. I hope you've enjoyed it at home. We've got plenty more rugby league, rugby union, AFL, and of course soccer or football coming your way on Bar TV Sports. So be sure to tune back all through the winter. So we'll leave you here as the Indigenous All-Stars 34-22 over the Newcastle All-Stars in the second instalment. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Shout out to Nils and Quinton, our cameraman, and Clay, our producer. They've done an awesome job today. I'm Paul Arundale signing out. We'll see you next time.